The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and it is Sunday, and you know what that means. It's time for weekly purchases, that time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via DHL, Amazon, UPS, United States Postal Service, FedEx, and of course that old helpful outlaw, Waylon Jennings, and it is of course the weekly purchases. And if you remember last week, an all-timer for weekly purchases, one of the biggest weeks we've ever had here on the channel. This week, pretty big itself. I don't know if it's quite as big, but it's pretty darn close. A very, very busy couple of weeks on the wallet, and I know a lot of you guys across the world, wallets are screaming in tears everywhere, but that's the way it goes sometimes. The ebbs and flows of the collecting game. Things are going to get a little bit more expensive here in the weeks to come, so stay tuned to this very YouTube channel. There's going to be some fun stuff, some fun programming, we'll call it, coming very, very soon to this very YouTube channel. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel so you do not miss out. We're going to start off weekly purchases with a little housekeeping. Let's start it. Of course, we are in the month of March, the March Patreon giveaway. This month, top picks, Bobby Lashley, AEW Luminaries, Chris Jericho, one lucky winner, and thank you for the support of all the Patreons out there. Appreciate the support, as you guys do know, but that'll be the giveaway this month, so stay tuned. Check out the Patreon for more information on that. And of course, this week's weekly purchases has been brought to you by, once again, WrestleRaz Facebook group. Go check out the WrestleRaz Facebook group for all your wrestling figure collection needs, memorabilia, autographs, you name it, and make sure you tell them Kyle sent you. And thank you, WrestleRaz, for supporting the channel and sponsoring this week's weekly purchases. And if you want to sponsor weekly purchases, reach out to me. You can find me on email, messenger, wherever you want to find me, you can find me. So let's dive in, though. Let's recap the week that was here on the channel, and a busy week coming off of last week's crazy weekly purchases. This week on the channel, I was like a 5-year-old kid once again, as GI Joe mania, running fast, running free, running hard like a young Rio and Orlando during Cape season is exactly what it was like. All kinds of GI Joe content on the channel, and finally, after well over a year wait, GI Joe Super 7 Ultimate Series 1. We dived in. We started unboxing those on the channel. Man, oh man, they were everything I hoped they would be. Yes, there's some detractors that say they want more articulation, things like that. But knowing what Super 7 delivers, how they do it, and what I'm looking for in my action figures, man, they killed it with these Joes. I am all in. I can't wait for Series 2 with the almighty Flint and, of course, his best gal, Lady J. Cannot wait for that. But check out those reviews on the channel. You can see me geeking out and just loving all over those figures, because that's what I've been wanting since I was a little kid. I wanted cartoon representation of my G.I. Joe characters, and the time is finally here. It took a while, but it's finally here. Check out those reviews. But we don't stop there with G.I. Joe. We got G.I. Joe Classified Series unboxings. We unboxed the Crimson Bat this week, the OG version of Outback. We unboxed Falcon. We unboxed CoverGirl. And we also got Barbecue, the Mad Marauders as well. All that stuff early on Patreon, as you guys usually know. Got all those up on the channel. But we didn't stop there. We got more Hasbro product we unboxed on the channel this week. We unboxed the brand new deluxe Blob figure, a very cool one. Check out that review. We did the Puff Adder Build-A-Figure wave. Of course, that was a little Serpent Society action there, but we built that whole wave. Very interesting wave, some ups and some downs. My favorite may surprise a few of you guys out there, but check out that video. You don't want to miss out on those. Some really cool stuff out of that Puff Adder Build-A-Figure wave. We also unboxed the 60th anniversary of the X-Men wave. I guess not so much a wave, but a 3-pack. Of course, Psylocke, Gambit, and Banshee in this one. We did unbox the other one on the channel as well. Special shout out to DJC Collectibles. That's where I picked those up. A lot of people, it's so crazy in the comments, where did you find that? Well, every review I get, I say where I got it. Right at the beginning, DJC Collectibles, in stock, shipping right now. So check out the review. Just don't comment without the review, I guess is what I would say. But those are up there shipping right now, and that's where I did get those from. We did a little wrestling unboxing this week. The Jade Cargill, Britt Baker, Amazon exclusive AEW Unrivaled 2-pack. We unboxed that on the channel here. A little bit of a repaint action, a bit of a repaint action, but very cool. So we did check that one out. We did do a Jack's Classic Superstars video every single Tuesday on the channel. You guys know how that goes. We talk everything and anything Jack's Classic Superstars. Also, late Saturday night, Sunday, what was it last week? We did do an AEW Reveals video coming off the Revolution pay-per-view. Check out that video breaking down some of the new figures we got coming from AEW. We unboxed some Turtles. Of course, you have to. The Triceraton and the Clone Shredder from the Mirage lines. We unboxed those fresh off the Haul-a-thon. We did our weekly top 5, top 10 this week. Cody Rhodes, top 5 Jakks figures of all time. Check that one out. And then the week before, we did another Cody Rhodes one, or we did Dusty Rhodes, I should say. And we got a Gold Dust one coming up and another Cody one, as it is Cody Rhodes season here on the channel, I guess we'll call it. We unboxed some Masters of the Universe Origins figures, the latest wave, fresh off the truck from Paul Mart. We got Snake Tila, King Randor, Slamurai, and the Snake Trooper, the Horde Snake Trooper. So we unboxed those. And of course, Friday, we capped everything off with our weekly fig hunt. Out there on the hunt every Friday here on the channel. We're hunting, and that's what I found out there in the stores this week. And I also went to a wrestling show, the old Pro Wrestling Revolver. I think it was on Fight, or it was on pay-per-view somewhere streaming. But I was at that show in attendance. Saw a lot of fans of the channel there. Good to always say hi, take some pictures, all that kind of fun stuff. Kiss some babies, you know how that goes. But a lot of good friends out there I saw at that show. So we'll see you guys in the next one. I think, was it May or June? I can't remember when the next one is there. But I will be there, so stay tuned. So that is the week that was on the channel. A very, very busy week. A lot of content going up, and a lot more content going up on Patreon, as I always do say. I'm supposed to have some couple of days off this week. I do got to go to the eye doctor. I got to go to the dentist. I get all that stuff done on my vacation, but I'm going to try to get a couple of days off this week, and I'm going to try to get ahead on a lot of videos. I got a lot of travel coming up in the next few weeks, so really going to only be home on the weekends for a while, so I got to get ahead on some videos. So you Patreon supporters are going to get a pretty big content dump over the next week or so be ready for that as well. So that's the housekeeping. Now it's time. Let's dive in. Let's check out the weekly purchases. I almost forgot, I should mention, if you missed yesterday's toy news video, go check that one out. Conspiracies in the air among many fronts, many toy lines, and I had to have my friend, old Jesse Ventura, the governor himself, here on the channel to help break it all down with me.
Kyle, Governor Jesse Ventura here, or in the days of wrestling, Jesse the Body Ventura. Thanks for doing this, and you want to talk to me?
That's exactly right. So thank you for Jesse, Uncle Jesse, I'll call him Uncle Jesse, for breaking it down. But let's dive into these weekly purchases, and let's start it off here with a little Mattel Creations, a little Mattel Ultimates Coliseum collection. Jake the Snake Roberts, Rick Rude, of course. Like a lot of my mail this week, delayed for like 4 days. I don't know what's going on. We did have a little bit of a snowstorm come through here, and that's what it said, weather delay, so I have to assume it was that. We got this about 4 days later than expected, but at least it came. So I got Jake and Rick Rude, and of course, you guys know I'm part of that Double Up Club. Had to get 2 of these. We'll unbox these on the channel, hopefully this week sometime, so stay tuned for that. And then Mattel Creations coming through in a pinch, I guess, this week. The Masters Universe Origin figure distribution has been all over the place. A lot of rumors, a lot of speculation of the line may be ending. Maybe it'll be going just online. Nobody really knows for sure at this point. But we do know for sure it is a little harder to get some of these figures. But Mattel Creations did put some up for sale this week. I swooped in, picked some of those up. I did get my mint on card Boltman. We already boxed him on the channel. I'm part of the Double Up Club on these Masters Universe Origin figures, so I had to get that one. Same thing with Cobra Khan. I already had one. Had to get my second one for mint on card. Same thing with Rattler. Had to get my second Rattler here. Had to get one mint on card. And then Tongue Lasher, we have not unboxed on the channel yet, but I did get this one to be mint on card unpunched, so stay tuned for his unboxing in the future. So there's that. You guys saw this video on the channel. I did forget to mention this on my breakdown of videos this week. We did unbox Herman Munster, and my dad joined me once again on the channel. Always good feedback when my dad comes over here. I would love it if I could get my dad settled down to once a week. Him and I could do a podcast. It would be Tom and Kyle Shoot the Breeze, and we could just talk about whatever. If we were just more smart and we had like a producer, somebody that would record it, upload it, do all the work for us, and we just sit there and talk, I think I could get my dad to do it. But we'll see what happens. That would be quite the podcast, I'm sure. It would be off the rails every single week. Who knows what adventure we'd go down and what story would be told. Because you think I got a lot of stories? Man, he's got a lot of stories, and we should share all those. But who knows? Maybe one day the Kyle and Son podcast or the Tom and Son podcast or whatever you want to call it. We'd have to think of a catchy name. But my dad and I did unbox Herman Munster. Of course, a lot of people hating on this figure. I get it. It's not the classic Munster, but for what it is, and that's what we looked at it for, a figure for what it is, I actually did like this. And the movie was worth watching one time. One time. I'm not saying it's the greatest movie of all time, but one time, worth a watch. So there you go. In order I forgot to cancel, which is starting to become a theme with me. It's a little dangerous theme. I did get 2 more multiple mans from Target. I'm probably going to end up taking these back. I got to assess my situation with multiple men. I don't know if I need 5 of these guys. I think 3 was a good number. Is 5 a little too much? I wouldn't say for the trench coat one I would be okay with 5. This version, I think 3 is good. So most likely I'll take these back, or I may do them as a giveaway. Of course, we're coming up to the 3-year anniversary here on the channel in a couple of weeks, towards the end of the month. Stay tuned for that. We will do a good giveaway for that one, so be on the lookout. I think a lot of you guys will be excited. And speaking of taking stuff back, I did order this. This came up for like $30 on Amazon one night, and I am a sucker for this cartoon. And what is it? It is DuckTales. Woo! Yes, it is. It's Huey, Dewey, and Louie from DuckTales. Now, I'm an OG DuckTales guy. I am not a Disney kid. Ever since I was a little kid, Disney movies, Disney cartoons, I couldn't get away from them fast enough. They were just too girly to me. They weren't fun. They weren't GI Joe, Transformers, Thundercats, things like that. I just couldn't find anything redeeming for me in Disney cartoons as a kid. So I was all out on all that stuff. However, DuckTales stole my heart. Never let go. Woo, that's for sure. So I saw these come up for like 30 bucks. Like, oh, cool, I'm going to order those. Those will be cool. Maybe I'll put them with my Ninja Turtle, something like that. Well, then it came from Amazon, and I was shocked at how big these were. I guess I should have looked at the scaling, all that kind of stuff. So way, way too big of figures for me. I don't even know what I would do with these. So most likely, I'm probably going to return this to Amazon. I got to think about it a little bit more, but I just don't know where these would fit in my collection. But we'll see. I've had stranger purchases, that's for sure. But DuckTales, an OG favorite of mine, as some of you guys do know. So there's round 1 of weekly purchases. Looks like we're going to have 3 rounds this week. So let me clean up, move some stuff around. We'll be back here with round number 2. All right, the hits keep on coming with round number 2, and let's dive in. If you guys saw my pain of going to Burlington and my figure hunts the last couple of weeks, looking for some AEW chases, totally struck out, missed the AEW by 1 day over at one of my Burlingtons. The other one seemingly never got AEW figures, but one that did catch my eye, and for $11.99, which this is normally like 30 or 40 bucks, something ridiculous like that, this Meowscles I had to pick up. A big, big figure. Say what you want about the figure, but I do like the weight accessories. We'll see what happens here. But for $12, I thought this would be one of those fun Patreon reviews. We have a lot of reviews that go up on Patreon that just kind of sit there, and eventually it'll go to YouTube, but it might be 6 months down the line. It's like we have some Jax unboxings that I did 6 months ago, still up on Patreon. And this is one of those ones, a long game unboxing we'll call it. But interesting enough, for $12, I felt like it was worth the purchase, so I did pick that up. Gotta give a special shout out to that old outlaw, Waylon Jennings, always on the hunt looking for me. He did come across Dreadmon this week for me, and I did meet up with old Waylon and got this here. So Waylon, special shout out to you. Thanks for finding old Dreadmon for me. Thanks for being the eyes and ears of Holothon the last couple of weeks. He's helped me out last week and this week. Waylon, let's say we do it again next week. Next week. Let's find some more Holothon stuff. So shout out to old Waylon Jennings, that good old outlaw. I forgot to mention this one with my other He-Man. I did get a tongue lasher to unbox, so I will unbox this one. Hypno should be coming, I believe, from Big Bad Toy Store next week, so I will unbox Hypno and Tongue Lasher together, so stay tuned for that video in the future on the channel as we dive through all these He-Man figures, as you guys know. You guys saw my figure hunt this week as well. $6.89 for a Python Patrol bat. Guess what? I couldn't turn that down. And was this one? Maybe it was the other way around, but one was $11.89, one was $6.89. I said, for that price, we'll just see. I'll pick them up. It is what it is. Can't turn down a cheap army builder like this in the GI Joe brand. Star Wars, maybe I could. GI Joe, not so much. But some Python Patrol officers and bats this week here on the channel. But the hits keep on coming. You guys know how hyped, how jazzed I was. Cobra Bat, Super 7 Ultimates, GI Joe Series 1. We unboxed that on the channel. I did pick up 2 of those bats. You guys know me. I love a good bat. So I got 2 of those bats this week. Also picked up Cobra Commander, as you guys saw on the channel. And I picked up Duke, second in command of G.I. Joe, as we all do know out there. A lot of people get worked up when I say that. I love it. But you get Duke right there. So I got those. Where is Snake Eyes? That's what I want to know as well. I talked about some weather delays. So if you guys remember when I posted on social media, Entertainment Earth had those 3 in stock. Snake Eyes wasn't there yet. So I had to order Snake Eyes in a separate order the next day when he went in stock. And he has seemingly been lost in the mail since. He was supposed to be here today. No sign of him, so I'm guessing maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday, we'll see. But we'll unbox him right when we get him, and we'll talk about him in weekly purchases next week as well. But Super 7 Ultimates G.I. Joe Series 1, mwah, chef's kiss, chef's kiss. How about that? Now we take a turn over to the Valiverse. We're in the GI Joe military scale here again. We got the Delta Trooper and the Republic Guard, 2 army builders, a little bit smaller. I did get these this week through the mail. And then I got a couple of packs here, some upgrade packs. This is the Special Ops Gear Pack, Security Enforcement Gear Pack. So I'll unbox both of those, put these in there, and bam, there you go. Oh, I got another one too. Got another Republic Guard. I got 2 of those this week. So some Valiverse figures through the door as well this week. Just a military style week here on the channel, I guess we'll call it. And the hits keep on coming. This is one that caught me at a weak moment at Walmart. $20 I couldn't refuse, and I said, this is perfect for my miscellaneous shelf. Who is it? Well, it is Mario, and you can't have Mario without Luigi, because Luigi I do prefer over Mario. But I got Mario and Luigi. Thought these would be great on my miscellaneous shelf. I'm going to put Ren and Stimpy, Mario, Luigi, maybe Alf will go on there, and a few other figures. But I thought this was cool enough. It's representation. I, of course, grew up during Mario 1, Mario 2, Mario 3, and so on. So I've had a lot of long history with old Mario. But I felt like I needed this when I saw them. They look very, very nice in packaging. $20 seemed like about the right price for these. And they're by Jax. Oh, Jax Pacific, an old friend of the channel here. So I did pick up Mario and Luigi. Probably unbox these guys together, see what all the fuss is about on the channel this week. Stay tuned for that. Then we're going to finish with a little bit of Lucy's here, part 2. We got part 3 is a big boy purchase, and it's a one and done thing, so we'll talk about that. But we're going to do some Who's Lucy, and this week, you guys know I'm working very hard to get a loose set of Deluxe Classic Superstars. Just a few I'm missing. But one of them I was missing was this Kevin Nash. So I did finally get him through the door this week. So very happy to have Kevin Nash. And then I got a big one. Thanks to old Music City Toys out there in Tennessee. Old Chad Flatt helping me out as I did need this Eddie Guerrero. This is part of that Deluxe Classic 2-pack. I believe it was a ringside exclusive with Rey Mysterio. Already had the Rey Mysterio, which I found in a lot for like $4 a couple years ago. But I was missing the Eddie. And it's really hard to get both of those solo. Usually they're a package deal. Well, he luckily had this by itself, so I grabbed Eddie Guerrero to complete that set, so very happy to have that off the list. And then I got the Undertaker Heaven and Hell Shawn Michaels 2-pack exclusive. Got a loose version of that as well here with Shawn and the Taker. Forgot Taker's hat. There it is as well. So I'm really working my way through these Deluxe Classics, a loose set. I think I just need the Austin, which I'm probably never going to get. I need the Undertaker from that Kane 2-pack, which I'm probably never going to get. And then I need Diamond Dallas Page for whatever reason. So if somebody has a Deluxe Classic Diamond Dallas Page loose, hit me up. I'm your boy. I'm a buyer. I'm trying to find that one at a reasonable price. Some people want an arm and a leg for whatever reason, and that's not quite what it's worth. But got some more Deluxe Classics off the list here this week. So there's round 2. Let's finish it up with round number 3. All right, let's finish up weekly purchases with a big boy purchase. Finally came through the door. Better late than never, I guess you would say, but it is a big one. Not even sure how I'm going to unbox this bad boy, but it is here. It is the Super7 Thundertank, as you guys can see. Talk about massive, talk about heavy, talk about big. It is the Thundertank. You can see how big this bad boy is, but it finally came through the door via Super7. Got my pre-order, and we're going to be off to the races with the old Thundertank sooner rather than later on the channel as I try to maneuver around everything here. But a busy week of weekly purchases. What did you pick up this week? What did you find out in the stores? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. You might as well like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell. As you guys know, we do a single day and then some. Oh, yes, and then some. And we got even more content over on the Patreon channel, and it is truly your best way to support the channel and all the content. We got ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson, and don't forget about social media. SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for another episode of Weekly Purchases, I'm Kyle, and I'm rocking and rolling, shredding and strolling my way into another work week.